Yeah, training's been great, you know. The usual, the 12-week training camp in Notts with some of the best fighters in the international fighting scene, you know, like Jimmy Warlord, Andre Winner, go on. It's just been absolutely fantastic, you know.
Training's gone well. I did a full 8-week camps, injury-free, had great sparring partners, you know, at ETC gym, so I'm pretty much ready to go.
Fight UK is good, you know. The promotion I find is always very professional.
I fought here several times. I had my first semi-pro fight here. I made my pro debut here, so I feel like home right here. So I'm looking forward to fighting for the fans here in Leicester.
Opponent's good, you know. Yannick, in his own right, he's won his fights, so that's great. We're both undefeated. He's got a good skill set. You know, obviously, I look at where I think his faults are, and I'm gonna emphasise my skills onto them.
Hallam, decent, nice guy. I like him a lot. He trains a rough house. I've trained him before, so he's got good group guys to train with. So have I train at UTC as well. He's got a great stand-up, great kickboxing skills. I've got a good boxing background as well, and a jiu-jitsu background, so it should be a good matchup for the fans for sure.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my sponsors, which are EES Recruitment, so Steve Epton, Westwood Lakes, and James and Edwards Estate Agents, and also the fight team that have supported me throughout the camp. My girlfriend Carolina for supporting me as well.
Pretty much just my missus, you know, for dealing with me. The gym, UTC, Mark Hardwick, that's about it really.
Just bring your A game, man. Just bring your A game, please.
No, really. Just let's bring it for a good show for the fans. About it, really.
It is main event time here at Fight UK 8. One of the most anticipated matchups for a very long time. I'm Ben Cartledge. With me, as always, is the dangerous one, David Letherby. And Dave, what a fight this is! Yannick Bahati from UTC in the black shorts against Matt Hallam from Team Warhead in the blue and red.
Yeah. The anticipation for this bout, Ben, has been massive. Both these guys legit prospects. Matt Hallam quickly off the bat trying to swarm Yannick Bahati here. A low blow there. Dean Weir steps in. I'm sure it was accidental, but I was just saying, Ben, furious start to the fight, but both these guys legit prospects people are talking about. We said it earlier on in the night, credit to them for taking this bout at this stage of their career. There's a lot of people in the UK picking fights on their, on their journey, not these two.
As you say, Dave, Hallam came storming forward. He looked like he had his man rocked a couple of times with a few shots, but one of those knees he threw from that clinch straight below the belt. It's Yannick now making the most of the 5 minutes that he's got.
Got to say, Ben, Matt Hallam looks absolutely huge at this weight, at middleweight. You know, we've seen Yannick before. He's not a small fighter himself, but Hallam absolutely dwarfing him in the size.
Matt Hallam, a guy who has fought at light heavyweight before. Unbelievably, Dave actually did come in a bit under for the limit. I believe he was 182, 183 in that neighbourhood.
That is astonishing to me.
And Yannick landed a right. But Yannick on the defensive. Matt Hallam really pushing it forward, pushing the pace, and a big takedown from Yannick.
Great sprawl from Matt Hallam to avoid that takedown.
And as you say, Yannick, no small man himself. Both of these guys, huge middleweights. Hallam's got to be careful of those knees. Obviously received the warning for the one. He doesn't want to let another one stray. As it's Bahati who's pushing forward, maybe looking to drop down with the single. And we say it so many times, Dave, this element, maybe not the most kinetic element in mixed martial arts, but certainly one of the most physically demanding.
Yeah, certainly. I'm very impressed with Yannick here, how he's able to push Hallam to the cage. As I say that, the guys separate. Hallam looking for some more of those knees, and you're right, Ben, he's got to be very careful with those knees to the inside thigh. It's very easy for them to stray.
And as you say, he's already had the warning.
That's it, yeah, a point deduction could be crucial in a close bout like this.
Yannick dropping down, nice wide base from Hallam. Yannick's going to struggle unless he switches to the single, which he does, high crotch. But as you say, I mean, the pure size and power of someone like Hallam, coupled with the athleticism and the takedown defense, means that getting that takedown might not be an easy proposition.
Yeah, it's certainly not a rest period for Hallam though. He's having to put everything into this defense at the moment. The crowd going wild here in the Athena.
Bahati pushing forward, and Hallam throwing some nice knees. Bahati covering up, and he's got to really look to lock his man up. He cannot let a powerful man like Matt Hallam loose with the punches. We've seen him finish fights from this position.
The slightest gap, and Matt Hallam is looking to land bombs. Tough position for Yannick up against that cage.
Scrambles beautifully.
Beautiful, using the single to get back to his feet there. Great work from Bahati.
Trying to grab his hands together if he can and complete the double, which it looks like he has done. What a turnaround from Yannick, Dave, in a really tough position. And Matt Hallam, credit to him getting up to his feet. This is everything we thought it would be, the close back and forth battle. Two real high-level middleweights with experience that belies the relatively short professional records. Both of them active on the semi-pro quite large. Yannick hurt, it looks like he's taking a shot there. Hallam looking to pile the punches on in the pressure.
I think it was possibly a knee to the body, Ben, because if he did pull guard, it was very foolish from Bahati, because we've seen Hallam very dangerous on top. That being said, active guard being shown from Bahati now. There's a bit of...
Looks like a bit of tape out of one of the gloves, is it? I think Dean Weir spotted it. It looks like I think it's come free itself. Hallam looking to land an elbow over the top.
Dean Weir, as you say, taking a close look at that right glove of Bahati. Probably going to call a momentary stop to this and just nip that off. But, you know, it's so hard in a position like this.
Especially when you've got powerful guys like Matt Hallam on top, landing this ground and pound. Hallam looking to arc the elbows over. But Bahati, a man we've seen with submissions off his back. He's got triangles, he's got Kimuras we've seen him use to sweep. Very, very durable fighter. As we see, swimming the legs up, controlling the head. Maybe looking underhook and sweep. A technical battle that belies the size almost of these two Goliaths. You look at both of them and think they're just going to come in there with thunderous punches and be all power and muscle, but great work shown by both guys. Bahati off the bottom, Dave, a real active guard.
Yeah, I think it was important for Bahati. I think perhaps he realised he was always going to have to weather the early storm here against Matt Hallam. You know, Hallam's got early finishes on his resume. The way Bahati came out, I think he was expecting the fast and furious attack, and he's done well. He's took little damage in that first round. Possibly, you know, dropped the first round due to being on his back for most of it. But, you know, a tight round. But from his point of view, he's still very much in the fight. And, you know, the longer it goes on, the less KO power you would expect Matt Hallam to have, because as we often see with the very muscular fighters, you know, they don't quite have as big a gas tank, excuse me. So it could be interesting the further this fight goes on.
Like you say, the first time in recent memory, certainly, that Hallam has been pushed into those later rounds. We've seen him with first round stoppages. He fought on the second Fight UK Amateur Championships and won with a TKO in around about 30 seconds. Fought on Fight UK 5, and I think he won in the first round with another stoppage. He's since fought in a variety of shows and won in similarly bombastic fashion. It'll be good to see with Hallam his conditioning, what kind of shape he's come in, and how he copes with the adverse pressure. Obviously used to getting guys and really hurting them, and most guys, as most guys would, really wilt under his punishment. Yannick Bahati still there in the second round, looking to box from the outside early.
Those knees up the middle from Matt Hallam are brutal to the body.
Bahati can't take too many of those. A nice inside leg kick. Bahati swinging that overhand right. throwing a head kick now. Hallam's corner screaming at him to keep the hands up. The right hand is awfully low. And you might have called it, Dave. Is conditioning going to be a factor in this one?
Yeah, it's always the worry when you're looking at a fighter like Hallam with his resume, because you can do all the hours in the gym, but as many pros will tell you, it's the time in the cage that counts.
Bahati moving to side control, Dave, excuse me, with a great takedown. And now he's looking to work, and we've seen him finish fast position. Here's the mount.
Beautiful mount from Yannick Bahati, reminiscent of a BJ Penn style mount, that stepping over the legs. Absolute beautiful work.
And this is where we'll see from Matt Hallam. He is tough as the hammer. Is he tough as the nail? Bahati can't really make a lot of this position until he postures up, but he keeps on. And great work from Hallam there to get it back to half guard. Bahati throwing some nice shots to the body with some knees. What a war between these two middleweights, Dave.
Absolute fantastic show from both these guys, and it's as close as we thought. Definitely sense Bahati's definitely had a raise in confidence, I think, Ben, this round.
Bahati swimming underneath, dives on the guillotine. He's got it.
That looks close.
He's jumped on it. That is incredibly tight, and he's got the guard locked in. Maybe just using it to sweep now. What a sweep from Bahati that was. And now he's got to stand and jumps again, straight in.
There's no arm in this time. Oh, pops his head out, Matt Hallam. Excellent job. Wow. Yannick Bahati's grappling, Ben, looks excellent. And, you know, likewise, you have to credit the defense here of Matt Hallam.
From Bahati's point of view, Dave, he dived on that submission.
Yeah, and you know, the advantage, we spoke about it earlier on the night for Matt Hallam now, is he's in that corner now. He's got his coach Jim Wallhead there, and he can, you know, he can run what he's looking for. A good position for him to be, because Bahati's still looking active, maybe reaching over.
Still going to set up. A beautiful sweep, a nice back elbow there.
A beautiful old school sweep from Yannick Bahati. Lovely work, and now he's in mount.
And this is a tough spot. He's isolated the arm.
Looking for the armbar, Ben. I think he's raising up there.
The armbar's there. I think, is he just going to sit there and rain down the punches? This is a bad spot for Hallam. Real testing times here for the Team Wallhead middleweight, as Yannick Bahati looks to rain down the punishments. Hallam is really in a lot of trouble here. He's got to keep moving. Oh, that's a big elbow.
Beautiful elbows over the top. Dean Weir having a word. 12-6 elbow there.
Oh, looking to pass the legs if he can, maybe for a mounted triangle. Or maybe he's just going to stick with the punches because he's having a lot of success.
Bahati relentless, and it's those
and
elbows.
Now maybe the rear naked choke. And there's another elbow. He's got the arm tied up. And I think there's a cut that's opened. Yannick Bahati is pouring it on. How is Matt Hallam surviving this? Oh, and misses a huge elbow.
Wow.
And that is it. That's got to be it.
Relentless barrage of elbows.
Yannick Bahati is really pouring the pressure on here. You've got to think a stoppage has got to come soon. And that is it.
Dean Weir steps in. Yannick Bahati, Fight UK middleweight champion. Wow, what a fight. Was that of Matt Hallam's forehead, Ben. Wow.
And he had to come through the fire to get it against a very tough guy. He hung in there after a tough first round, and that ground and pound was brutal from the top. Huge elbows arcing across. Yannick Bahati is your new Fight UK middleweight champion.
He showed a calmness, Ben, benefit of his record. That first period, I definitely think he was out to, weather the storm of Matt Hallam. And he did that, Ben, and came back in the second round. And when he got his opportunity, he just stepped it up a gear. And that's one of the most relentless ground and pound finishes I've ever seen live at a fight. The elbows, the ground and pound. Credit to Hallam for defending as long as he did, because they were some brutal shots coming down. The blood on the canvas is testament. What for Yannick.
Tough guys here. The Fight UK 8 main event. Yannick Bahati, the champion. Let's talk about Matt Hallam, Dave. What a chin he showed. The heart was unreal when he was on the bottom. But from Bahati, he did everything that he needed to do, withstood that onslaught.
Yeah.
With a new Fight UK middleweight champion, Yannick Bahati. Yannick, a great fight. How does that sound to be champion?
To me, it's a dream come true. I've been here at Fight UK and defeated as a semi-pro. I won all my fights here in the first round, so I'm really happy to be the champion at Fight UK for sure.
At the start of that fight, he caught you with a knee low. I mean, and he caught you with a lot of shots. So you were kind of were you rocked a little bit there when you were going back?
I wouldn't say I was hurt, but he jabbed me in the I couldn't see for a second. So when he hit me low, I was so happy with that really. But I just kept my composure. I knew that his ground game would be weak, so I just took my time and listened to my coaches, and I got to take on again.
Was it the game plan to take him to the canvas down and look to expose the weak point that you're still?
I thought I had the skills to beat him everywhere. I knew my boxing was better. I knew he has a really lazy job, but for some reason I've been rusty. I haven't fought since February. I've been injured, so that's the reason I really gave up my shot as much as I would like. Yeah.
That's fantastic. And finally, just to finish up, a great performance here from you. Who would you like to thank?
I want to thank Silk, Vaughan, Leo Carr for covering me, UTC, all the fans supporting me, and Mark Hodney for helping us with the gym and stuff.
Fantastic. Ben Carledge here with your new middleweight champion at Fight UK 8, Yannick Bahati.